Hello and welcome back to Gizmos and Gadgets, where I think I forgot to mention last episode that I had started off the evening of recording with an old-fashioned. I haven't talked about what I've drunk in a long time, in a lot of episodes actually. But it just seemed appropriate to me that I should be playing a childhood game with a large glass of brown liquor. And also I had oranges, so, you know. Are you not going to tell me what I'm building? That was weird. Class 3 gas-powered racer. Looks pretty much the same as the last one. I guess it's just bigger. I don't think I've ever... This is new music, or it's a remix that I don't think I've heard before. This may be the point at which I'm sort of hitting the cap of my... how far I got in this game. I don't want to hit this... no, it's gonna throw me down again, and I gotta do the whole... There we go. Flat vertical windshield. Seems like a good idea. Oh, come on. Fortunately, I can still drop down. Really don't like those trampolines, but these are okay as long as they're not placed in a really awful way. It is interesting to come back to some of these things with a more critical eye for game design, you know, long after I ever played them the first time, and, you know, to what extent the concept of game design was really a concept. I mean, it's not that it wasn't a concept, but, you know, when you're a small education software company, how much do you care about? I don't know. Like, on some level, it's like, how much do you care about actually having an enjoyable game, or a well put together game, or one that has solid design at its core, when a not insubstantial amount of your sales are going to be either from schools or from parents who will never play the games themselves or see them. So as long as you can sort of, you know, not offend anyone, you're kind of fine. But even with all that said, like, game design wise, these levels are not terrible. Back in the day, I certainly wouldn't have been able to tell as a kid that these were, you know, individually designed, but there's an element of some intentionality to the way these rooms are laid out, such that, you know, you can only navigate so much of the thing at a time. You can't just, you know, breeze your way through the whole thing and get a quick win. But there's also some stuff that's, like, kind of antagonistic in terms of its how difficult it can be to traverse, especially when you have the monkeys. I may do an episode or two with the monkeys just to show you just how fucking awful they are. And I promise you, we really are not missing out. You know, even for the DOS version, it's kind of incredible in 1.4 megabytes, not only that it exists at all, but that they bothered to make unique noises for each of those animations. but that was sort of the thing. For all software development of that time, with storage being so expensive, that every byte, every kilobyte that you consumed had to be accounted for, because you might be working with either you're doing game development on consoles where you have a CD size or a cartridge size where it literally changes the expense of production or something like that. Or just working on computer software where, you know, storage on computers is very limited for a very long time. Oh, that's an unpleasant noise. And yet, still, to be able to make... I'm constantly impressed by the feats done, especially in the early video games, you know, early 90s type of sphere. Fuck the, you know, 80s pre-crash stuff, because a lot of that was really bad. But, you know, to see just what could be done with extreme... oh, we haven't seen this puzzle at all. Which is funny, because I remember this one really well, and we haven't seen it at all. Wait a minute. Why are there so many? Well, I mean, it's... I don't know where it's going to actually want this. Oh, you know what? I'm starting to remember, actually, that this one gets picky, and then it... yeah, you gotta fill in the spaces with the extra one, yeah. Oh, that... I was just complimenting the sound, but that shit is so bit-crushed, it's painful to hear. Let's see. Is this a different mix of the track? It sounds like it is. It's got a different instrumentation in it, like another layer on it. Horsepower engine. I don't know what the biggest one is. Okay, let's see. I'm trying to think, if I had to redesign some of these puzzles to be more informational, what you could do to get that kind of stuff across without, you know, overwhelming a child's mind. And that's not even being dismissive or derogatory. It's just a matter of like I said before, when you work with kids, you really have to, the number one thing I think you have to worry about is keeping their attention, not boring them to death, because they will just, you know, mentally vacate the premises without warning. So how do you, like, short of having like videos for each of these that explain this is chemical energy because they explode, like, God, I mean, if a child doesn't know what an internal combustion engine looks like, how are they possibly going to know what this is supposed to be? But like, I don't know. You sort of have to lead by the hand at the beginning. But still leave room for just, you know, self-discovery, I guess. I think this is the last one. Oh, no. Wait. Oh, no, I completely missed the light one to the matches. Fortunately, as if I recall, it doesn't make you redo the whole thing. It just checks the last one. Yeah. I went back quite a while. Well, I guess, yeah, it's quite a while ago now. And rewatched a couple of episodes of Bill Nye the Science Guy, which 90s science kids will remember fondly. As being a really... Oh, fuck you and that drop. A really great example of how to, like... Oh, Jesus, I'm not doing that. How to keep kids engaged with a scientific topic. Keep the... Wait, what do we have going on? Oh, you fucked this up. What idiot wired this? Come on. There we go. And that was actually for... I was looking at that for another video that I think... Yeah, should have gone up by now. The Mex video, if you haven't watched that one. Oh, fuck me. That was that same door again. I'm an idiot. Why did I go in here before? And I think what Bill Nye, the Bill Nye show really nailed was keeping the explanations short and sweet, not going into too much detail, knowing what to summarize and what to go into depth on, really reinforcing that stuff was cool, because honestly, tricking kids isn't that hard. If you tell them, nope, we're not doing that. If you tell kids stuff is cool, they'll think it's cool. And also being willing to engage in like a multimedia way rather than... Because there were some predecessors to that, things like Mr. Wizard, which probably most people haven't ever seen, but was sort of a less engaging predecessor, but still notable for its time. I hope I'm getting these doors right. Trying to talk at the same time is certainly making this whole endeavor harder. But, you know, Bill Nye not only did like the clear science topic stuff, but also the, you know, did like musical stuff, and everything was some sort of hands-on kind of demo, practical demo. You know, there's an aspect of comedy and all these other things that... What am I missing? I mean, there's no alternator there, but I'll give it a go. Oh, I guess it's got spark plugs, so yeah. I'm trying to think now, what are even the options if you really want a hardcore science for kids type of show? Admittedly, not exactly something I'm tuned into these days, but my impression is largely that there kind of isn't. I don't know if it's for lack of you know, differences in attention spans between generations or whatever, but then I start sounding like a grumpy old grandpa, get off my lawn. Fuck, that's not what I want to do. But that said, there's some, you know, the formal... Damn it. The formal TV education stuff has also fallen by the wayside in favor of some things like YouTube creators and things like that. I really... one channel... Oh my god, just let me get at that fucking door! One channel in particular that I do really like has a lot of varied content and even engages in a lot of ways that are reasonably kid-friendly, is Smarter Every Day, which is funny because, you know, he puts up like a video every 2 to 6 weeks. But good channel. Fuck me. Why is it so hard to get at this one door? I'm gonna shut up and focus. Oh. But I mean, what is out there for kids these days? Be it in games or TV or YouTube or whatever. I'm genuinely kind of curious who's catering to that market at this point. Fuck off, I did it. I also have sort of a morbid curiosity about the state of education as it is in public schools these days, because I remember mine really well, and I also remember some of the copyright dates on a lot of my textbooks being, you know, 20 years out of date by the time I got them. So I do sort of hope that... which door is it? Hold on. I always hope that kids get a better education than I did, and that's not to necessarily disparage my experience, but boy, it could have been better. I get annoyed. Gonna get borderline political here for a moment for a thing that I do not think is at all political, but some people will. The idea of not wanting to pay taxes or not wanting to pay for schools or whatever else has always completely baffled me, and really pointed towards a complete lack of understanding of how society is interconnected, because fuck off. Like, I don't have kids, but I'm still gonna be very happy to pay for schools because I would like the children that grow up that are around me, like in the area that I live, and who may grow up to, you know, work jobs in which I have to engage with them when they're adults. I'd like them to be intelligent. But that seems to be a foreign concept to a not insubstantial amount of, well, particularly the US populace, but it's also it's a vocal, how is that not, I guess it's not chemical energy, you're really just boiling water inside the kernels, but whatever. Being real picky, game. And likewise, if you're gonna, you know, if you're gonna educate kids, please educate them as well as possible. Pay teachers so that they're not exhausted, and make sure they have resources. They don't have to pay out of their own pockets to get the, you know, most basic of supplies. These seem to me to be like inarguable concepts, and yet they seem to be the point of constant political bickering in a way that I just simply don't understand. What do you want here? Heat? I guess this is heat. I guess this is heat. How the hell do I even get to those doors? Oh, no, I'm dumb. It was right there in front of me the whole time. And I did all these doors just to get at one box. Come on. Let's hurry it up. Actually, I haven't even looked at how many more things I have left to go. Huh. Okay, this one's interesting. Oh, I didn't see this one. I don't think I have enough gears to do that, though. Hold on, do I? Let's see. It's funny that this was always another sort of bug. You can also tell these gears aren't round. They're sort of oblong. So, but the fact that you can place it here where it doesn't actually engage with the teeth, but is overlapping with it is it's always a bit of an issue. Yeah, okay, so there's that. Does that cover me? Yep, there we go. I should stop doing those gear puzzles. They're slightly irritating. What was I even saying? I don't even know. Educate your kids. Keep an eye on them. I feel like it shouldn't be that much of an ask to provide for children, but I also recognize that a lot of people have kids without really giving it the full consideration it deserves. But I won't get started on that tirade. Let's see. Jesus, that's a real knotted mess. Didn't need to make it that complicated, but... I don't need any more parts. I'm just sort of wandering around rambling, aren't I? Alright. Ball bearings, bushings... See, so it says self-lubricating bushings, and that's not something I knew about until, like, very recently, like within the last few years, after I finished all of my formal education. Self-lubricating bushings are a fascinating thing. So there's a process called here's an education for all of you, since I imagine I was not the only one who didn't know this. There's a process called sintering where you can basically a manufacturing process where rather than forging or either like pouring a molten metal into a mold or like cutting it out of a bar or something like that, essentially they put a powder. They powder a metal or an alloy of metals and they put it into a form. And then they heat it a bit just until it melts just enough to sort of tack itself together and not fall apart. And then typically this is done with brass, sometimes other things as well. But basically, it's a whole complicated process. But one of the side effects is it's not nearly as strong, but it can also be slightly porous. So you can actually then basically soak those in oil or some other lubricating material. So not only does it, by virtue of being like a brass bushing, is inherently sort of quote unquote lubricating by virtue of the fact that it's usually a different material than the thing that is moving inside of it. It also has like oil basically baked into it and stays somewhat perpetually oiled. Obviously not for, super high load uses or things like that, but still a fascinating process I did not know about. 3-1. Oh, damn. Boy, after all that, am I not going to have the parts I want to be able to make this go? Fuck you, yellow paint. Piss paint goes in the trash. I was gonna say on the ground, and then I fucked it up. Well, let's see if I don't lose this. I only had the one engine. I think I'm gonna lose it. It's funny, this track, I'm actually... on that track, I actually have the disadvantage, I think, where he spends more time on the inside than the outside, which means he has I mean, obviously it's all for show, for a kid's game, right? But, he spends more time on the inside track, which means he has a shorter distance to go. All right, where the fuck are the remaining boxes? Oh, there's another whole... Fuck me, there's a whole other set of rooms. How did I not realize there were 3? Shoot the basketball into the flashing hole using the yellow ramp. I don't remember how this goes. Come on. So is this entirely untouched? Oh my god. I hope there aren't more than 3. Given that, like, there aren't more parts, right? This is not a more complex machine than the last one. I'm hoping it doesn't just artificially stretch itself out for forever and ever. Okay, wheel. Let's see if I can get this right on the first try. Oh, wait a minute. Scott. Is it counting the hydraulics as a... I'm gonna try that and see what happens. Because again, this is a bit of an over... Yeah, okay, so that's what that should be the... Yeah, so where's you... Oh, it's counting the bucket. I guess technically that's true. Alright, give me the parts I need. That's not what I need. That's still not what I need. Not really what I need. Hold on, did I pick the wrong tires? No, it wants the 5-inch tires, so yeah, let me chuck the 2-inchers. I put on the 4s. Don't tap your foot at me, I'm busy. Oh, I can't trash those because they're on the car. Really? I didn't remember that being the case. That's wild. It does mean that I have all the best parts on the car already. Haven't picked any new good ones up yet. Well, that's not an improvement. There we go. That's some improvement. I should have looked at the that informational page to see what the top end was. Red ramp. And this also kind of gives a bit of a weird... This is a bit of a weird representation of ballistics. It's not wrong. It's just not accurate. I think it's a reasonable simplification for kids, I guess. I don't think this is actually going to go where I want, but that's fine. Come on. No, okay. Alright, we're going to go over one. Nope. Fuck, you're gonna make me do one, huh? Alright, fine. If you absolutely insist, I will do it. I'll do it for the fans. Don't fuck me on this. Good. Oh, come on. I guess at least I know where those things are now. Hopefully... Basically, I'm going to see what's in these two, and then I'm just going to go up and give it a go with nothing more than the tires improvement, I think. I'm hoping that's the other diff, because I could really use something better than the... Oh, Lord. Why would you do this? I would not really wire this up this way. Why would... You don't need all these Ys for... Here. Let's just simplify this. All of this can fuck off. And let... Oh, is it gonna force me to incorporate the... Please don't. Is it gonna force me to incorporate all the Ys? Yeah, it is. You don't need to. You don't need to do that. Oh, wait a minute. I didn't put the other light bulb in. I'm an idiot. My bad. Okay, everybody just chill the fuck out for a second. This gets weird because you can put these, you can put the batteries and or the light bulbs in series or in parallel, and it should still work. So let's see if it actually allows me to do it the way it probably doesn't want me to do it. Because this should be valid. Yeah. Interesting. Does it say anything about serial and parallel? Yeah, it does. In parallel when the... Oh, it doesn't say anything about serialization. Huh. Even though the batteries are in serial. Anyway. No whammies, no whammies, no whammies. Brakes. Fine, one final excursion. It's gonna be a long episode. I'm starting to realize why I probably never finished this game. It's not as short as it seems. Deceives you right at the beginning, and then think you're in for something you can only sit down for. You know, that was the thing. When I was a kid, any object using oil. Okay. It's not really how lubricant works, but okay. When I was a kid in the 90s, there was a lot of, as I mentioned before, the lecturing in the public going on about kids and screen time. My parents took that to heart very much. And so, like, for a very long time, I could not have sat at the computer as a kid to finish this level because I wasn't allowed to be on for that long. Oh my god, fuck you. I don't know why I'm surprised. I knew what I was throwing away, so I knew what I was getting. So under those circumstances, I mean, yes, there is the option to save this game in the middle of a level, but like, I don't know. At some level, like gameplay-wise, you just get engaged in a thing and you want to continue it, right? Nope. And especially since, you know, adult social solipsist is a lot faster at a lot of these things than baby solipsist would have been. All right, so what have we got? 10, 18. So let's see. I mean, that puzzle would have taken baby solipsist solid couple of minutes to figure out. Why are you giving me trash? Fuck it. Let's just try it with the tires and hope that's enough. I'm sure it won't be, and that I'm just gonna waste more time, but man, it pisses me off. There was nothing else, right? Fuck the lightning bolt. Give me that comet. Let's do it. Come on, let's eke it out. Finish the episode. Gonna be tight. No, he's gonna win it. Damn it. Fuck you, Morty. Now imagine if you had to do all this while being repeatedly punched in the face and having your parts stolen. What kind of trash is that? Alright, come on. Where are we going today? Where even are there any boxes left? Not in the bottom corner of this one. Not here. I feel like I've cleaned out this whole room. If you don't tell me not to do it like this, I'm gonna do it like that. I guess you don't give me a why, so I don't have an option. Has to be like that. Damn it. Please let this be the final piece. The one thing I need. Oh, hell yeah. Time for a skateboard and some legs. I don't think this ollie's going well, bro. I think you fucked up. Oh, wait a minute. It's like this, isn't it? Yeah. Where the fuck do you want it? Figure it out. What the fuck is wrong with you? No, that's... Uh-oh. How is this not right? Fuck off! See what I'm dealing with here? Bananas. It's fucking bananas. Starting to get a little salty. Hold on. There's nothing up in that top door, is there? No, because I would have already been, yeah. Do I want to do, no, I don't want to do that drop down because I want to go out this door. Alright, let's try the other room. Alright, what have we not opened? I feel like almost everything is open at this point. Alright, nothing... Oh, you know what? I think... If I'm remembering... Is there something in here? Why must you keep asking me to do this terrible puzzle? Or this one. Sweet Christ. Nope. I'm out. Doing a different door. You can keep your secrets. Alright, blue door up there. 2 boxes. Give me something. Any object, low gravity. a worse engine, and a worse differential. Holy cow. Throw me a fucking bone, would you? Okay, blue door down there. Rewire the circuit so turning on the switch will make the light bulb go on. Oh. Gotcha. Easy peasy. Oh, sweet. This is probably the last thing I need. Yes! Alright. Please be enough. If that's not enough... I'm gonna cut this episode. We're at 46 minutes? Is that... Jesus. I can hear my mother calling my name, saying, "Computer time's up." Oh, Mom. I'm almost done. It's an educational game. That argument never worked. My mother was too smart for that. Let's ruin this thing. Gonna be close, but I'm gonna win it. Oh, finally. Well, here's hoping that the ones that follow are not all quite this long, otherwise I may have to break them up. Woo. Alright. Next time, we will go back to the Alternative Energy Center. I don't know what we're building. I suspect it's another electric car, but I don't know. Anyway. I will see you guys for that next time.